five, sold it for 145.
Goodness.
So, but like I said, that was probably my only. I look back in time, my only real financial decision.
That was a good investment right there. Wow.
You did
Paid
good.
for itself and then gave you some big dividends.
Yep, yep. So like I said, we got a little bit inside. And the great thing about having a little money in the bank, um, I owe my son 10,000 for work he'd done on the house. So I paid him 10,000, and I ended up paying off stuff, getting everything caught up.
Yes, yes.
So we got about 50 in cash right now,
That's good.
and it's kind of nice because I told you know I feel like now if I get any crap from
You
you
go
know,
away.
I said, listen, I got enough cash. I can live, because you don't have to pay tax on what you already have.
Yes, yes.
I said, I can take this money and I can survive till I retire next year.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's a good position to be in
it-
because there are a lot of people.
it's good to have it. Yes.
A lot of people who are not in that kind of position.
I don't want to use it for that. Like I said, I don't have as big a retirement account as I'd like to have, but
That's good though. That means that.
I'll tell you another bad decision. I bought silver.
Oh,
Thought I was buying it good price, right? I think I bought it at $50 some an ounce, and it hasn't come close. It went down to like $16 an ounce. And my wife said, "No, you ain't buying no more." I said, "But now's another buy. You ain't buying till you sell that." Well, I won't sell it. I ain't gonna sell it for a loss.
yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. That's still a good decision.
If we have one of them government collapse, dollar's not worth anything, then I'll say, okay, we can take some silver. Oh yeah, I'll take some silver.
Yeah. And unfortunately, unless something changes, we're probably going to see some of that. You know.
I'm concerned about it. I was just telling Marie about motorcycles. I've got two motorcycles. One's a Harley,
Okay.
but the other one is on an off-road bike.
Okay.
And my wife, she wants me to say, "You don't never ride it." I said, "No, you're right." I said, "But if we have a catastrophe hit, be it war or be it such a bad storm that the roads are blocked,
You can get it.
I've got to go somewhere, and I go there. I go round, under, over top of shit. I mean,
That's right. That's good. That's good. Well, yeah. Well, sometimes you don't understand the immediate value to what you have.
I just don't sell anything, I keep everything. Because I always say there's going to be a use
Time
for
when
it.
you need it.
I take the satellite apart. Sometimes, we take the satellite apart. I save all the metal,
Yeah.
Some of it I'll take to the scrapyard, but other stuff like angle iron, I always use for angle iron. Keep a few pieces of it long. There were some long pieces of threaded rod, 5/8 threaded rod. Use that sometimes, So.
Wow.
But I don't try to keep all of it.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
So we are streaming. We're good. We have we have a repeater also. Um, I don't know what impact that is having on us right now.
Is it a value add?
Is it a value add to have it? The repeater?
What are you trying to use the repeater for?
Well, initially when we were having trouble with our stream, we were just having trouble with keeping a signal. So HughesNet sent us a repeater.
Where's it located?
It's in this room over here.
And what system is it working with?
It's supposed to be working with this one.
Is it this system or the other system? You got two satellite systems.
This one.
It's this one, okay.
Yeah.
So if they put a repeater in that room, it's going to help that room and out that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Initially it was in here, but I think we did something. Oh, that conference that we were hosting, and Reverend Summers was in there, so we moved it in there. I just never moved it back out.
So do you think it's advantageous to bring it back into the sanctuary?
And how much does that?
Honestly, no. If you want something good here, wireless, get you a really good wireless router, 4 antennas. If you can find the more antennas, the better. I'll say,
Do you know what you're
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that would be better. You could set that back here, I mean, because this is not a big room, you know, and even if it was, it's wide open. So you should get everywhere. The four antennas basically let the signal. You can even see when you walk through your house, you get like kind of dead spots. If you've got like a single focus antenna, but if you've got more, it kind of goes around the beams in your house, the dead spots. I don't know how, but it worked pretty good.
So right now we're looking good. What should we expect, or the challenges that we often see are things like, when it's a rainy day or a cloudy day?
Yeah, the clouds should be. I mean, this should cut through the clouds now.
Okay.
Okay. The rainy days, that's one of the things. There's no fixing that with a satellite, unless you can get a dish that's about 20-foot wide. You remember the old dishes? You know how big they were.
Yeah.
You know, and the bigger the dish, because raindrop basically blocks signal. So the bigger the dish, the more signal it gets through.
Okay.
TV's gotten so small. They're so small. I know the beams are probably more focused, but the problem is, it's still, if it's like that old flashlight, you might catch the main beam here, but if it blocks it, if you get a little further out, you can still get more into it, more signal into it. But like I said, they do make a bigger dish, but for some reason they'll just charge you more for it. I've worked with up to 1.6 meter.
I just shared the
1.6,
Wi-Fi password with you.
About 6 foot diameter. And those, it would have to rain really hard.
Okay.
But yeah, I was working on system one time, and we just watched the signal good. It started to rain. We watched the signal, and it started raining so hard that it just went dead. That was a service station.
Yes.
So when it rains hard, there's not much can be done.
Okay.
Now, when you're streaming, if you mind me asking you, what are you streaming when you're streaming? Is it like a class thing, or is it part of the church? Or
the service?
Okay, so you streaming it to another room or outside world?
Yes. So I'm streaming it to Facebook and to YouTube.
Okay.
So
So it's live then. You're not.
it's live.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yep, it's live. So right now, I ran a speed test while we were doing this, and so I'm getting 38.3 download, but the upload is only 0.89.
Yeah. One thing that the speeds are generally not. I say they fluctuate. I did try another RFU on there to increase the speed, but it didn't do the trick.
Okay.
But if we think that's the problem, I mean, it was the same thing. So, and that's usually what controls your speeds. What affects your speeds most is the outside unit.
Okay. Yeah, anything that we can do to increase the speed, especially going up, that will be helpful. You got any tricks in your pocket, Mr. Mike, that we can?
No, I mean that's just. It's one of those things. The speeds vary. Okay, depending on what day. If you check speeds, especially on like school days, it's so much you see it so good during the day when the kids are in school, especially if people are returning back to work. That speeds are so good, and then about 5 to 7 o'clock they just go boom.
Okay. So it's as good as it's going to get, basically.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. Well, we went from nothing to now this, so I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
Well, you got the service, you got the warranty. So I mean, like you said, you're paying for it. So if this doesn't work, I say try it again. I'll find out if there is something different, but I don't know of anything else that can affect it. Cable looked good. You had the voltage was good. I'm just and it varies.
Any settings on the router that another thing that concerns me is when we have more people in the church, more cell phones or what have you. So I changed the password on the router so that people weren't just able to jump on,
Right.
because it was kind of hogging up my bandwidth. Is there anything else maybe that I should consider doing with regard to settings on the router that would maybe keep?
Well, are you guys maintaining the other system, or is it just up there?
Yeah, so the other system is what we use in our administrative office
Okay.
in the back, but no one's here every day during the day to do it. Most of the time, people will go in there to utilize that modem, that piece on Sundays and Thursdays.
Okay.
That's
So
about
really, you don't want to give people that access either. I mean, just I don't think anybody would. I'd like to think nobody would try to hack in.
We haven't had that problem.
Yeah.
One,